Pro tip, listen, I want you to act like you're a video game character. I want you to design yourself to exactly what you think that you need in your business. What is that? Do you need character? Do you need charisma? Do you need connection? If you want to be the best closer, what's an ingredient? We're all in sales. The only way that you make money is if you're a good closer. I see broke salespeople everywhere, but I don't see no broke closers. You know why? Because they know how to close a deal. So what's your closer character? What's your video game character going to be? Listen, mine's going to have connection. Mine's going to have enthusiasm. Mine's going to have character. Mine's going to be able to persuade and influence. A vast majority of your wealth as a salesperson is going to be acquired by being able to close a transaction. And if you don't have persuasion, if you don't have enthusiasm, if you don't have conviction, if you don't have all of those things built into your character, you're not going to have big paychecks and you're going to wonder why. I always looked at mine, I'm like, I got to get that up to 100. I got to get that up to 100. You know, like if you're playing an NBA 2K game, you know, you'd have his jump at like 85. You're like, got to get that guy's thing to a 99. You boost it up to 99 so you could mess your friend up in that video game. Well, do that with yourself, man. What's your character look like? What's your enthusiasm look like? What does these things look like to you? Do you play with your heart on your sleeve? Listen, the salespeople that can't persuade or influence, that don't believe in the words that they're saying, you have to be able to believe in the words that you're saying. That's persuasion. If I don't believe in it and I got a cold heart and I go out here to close a transaction, they're not going to believe in what I'm saying. Listen, guys, if you don't believe in the words you're saying, you can walk into anywhere. Let's just imagine that you went to church. Have you ever been to church and you see a preacher on the pulpit and he's preaching, but he doesn't even really believe what he's saying? He's like lost touch with God. And you're like, gosh, this church, nah, it's not my church, right? Listen, have you ever gone to a concert? Most of you guys are going to Lady Gaga. I know you. See, hey, look, can you smile? Let your teeth live. Some of you got your tongue locked up in jail watching these videos. My manager made me watch them and your tongue's all locked up in jail. Dude, smile, man. You know, that's how you get white teeth because the sun's shining down on them. But some of you, I know you go to Lady Gaga concerts and you know what you do? You're like, damn, she was great. Oh my gosh. She's played that same song over and over, but she acts like it's the first time ever. You got to be that way. But have you ever been to a concert and the dude's like, he don't want to be there, and he's like, you know, he don't really care? That's a lot of salespeople right now. You're going to have the same jokes. You're going to have to produce that same charisma, manufacture that energy. A lot of these things, you're going to have to put on a show, man. Sales is a show. It's an experience. And if you're really not creating that experience and that aura of what I'm talking about, people know that you're that person on stage that has lost that edge and lost that care. So pro tip, you gotta believe in what you're saying. You gotta design your character of who you would want it to look like. What are the main areas that this person is the best in? And then you need to dominate those areas. Listen, I don't want to compete. I want to dominate. If you're a pro watching this, you should never want to compete with anybody. You should want to dominate everybody. And how you do that is you face that. How you do that is you design that. How you do that is you live that life by design, okay? So make that freaking change. Add that to your game. Make your character wicked. Make him a 6'8", 280-pound basketball player that can dunk on anyone. How's he going to do that? All by design. Let's go.